Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma. If you're new here, today I have a really exciting video planned for us. It is another book video and we are doing a TBR jar. It chooses the books I read for April. And if you don't know what a TBR jar is or what TBR means if you're new to the book space, TBR means to be read. So it's all the books that you want to read. So I have a bunch of little prompts in this jar that will guide me into which books I am gonna pick out in this challenge. And if you watched my last video or you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I am a library girl. I get all my books from there. I don't buy physical books just because it takes up a lot of space and it also costs a lot of money. And if I want to reread a book, I can always just get it again from the library. But I do want to have a little library, I guess, of all the books that I read, and I thought of doing like a book journal or something like that, but then I saw this girl's TikTok. I will leave her TikTok right here, and she makes her own mini versions of books, and she has a TBR jar where she closes her eyes and picks a little mini book, and that's the book that she's gonna read. And so I thought that would be a great idea for me to make my own mini books and do a little twist on that challenge. So I have these two jars right here of mini books that I made, and this jar right here is all the books that are standalones or the number of book that I'm on in the series. If I'm on the first one, if I'm on the third one, they're in this jar. And then this jar right here is the books that are in series that I'm not on yet. So we've got a lot of Sarah J. Maas in that universe because I've never read any of those before. Lots of the Shatter Me series, Magnolia Parks, all of those. But before we get into this video, I did want to show you all the books that are in my TBR in this jar. I still do have some more in my notes app that I haven't printed, but I just wanted to make it so it's not like I have too many options. Like right now I already have kind of a big selection to choose from, but I didn't want to make it too big or else the ones that I'm like want to read but not that bad will never get read. So I do have some that I will be slowly adding in as these start getting lower and lower. I'm just gonna go speed round super fast all the books. Here we go. Tell Me Three Things, The Roommate Pact, The Downstairs Girl, Bad Cruise, The Royals Next Door, Night Shift, Not a Happy Family, Mary Jane, The Off Limits Rule, The Cruel Prince series, The Infinity Between Us, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, Things We Know by Heart, The Shatter Me series, When in Rome, The Maidens, Things We Never Got Over series, the Caraval trilogy, and then after that, the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, Fourth Wing, I Want to Be Where You Are, A Season for Love, Kisses and Croissants, Winter in Paradise, Mr. Wrong Number, The Assassin's Blade, and the entire Throne of Glass series. Then after that, the entire ACOTAR series, and then after that, the entire Crescent City series, The Breakup Vacation, A Flicker in the Dark, Do I Know You, Too Late by Colleen Hoover, Flawless, and the entire Chestnut Spring series, Reputation, Deadly Little Scandals, Happy Place, None of This Is True, The Cheerleaders, Addicted to You and the rest of the series, Paris Is Always a Good Idea, Every Summer After and that series, 7 Days in June, You with a View, Forever Interrupted, Powerless, The Rewind, Then She Was Gone, The Love Wager, The Last Thing He Told Me, 24 Hours in Italy, Twisted Love and the rest of the Twisted series, The Villa, Soulmate Equation, One Italian Summer, Summer of Broken Rules and all the books that come after that, Skin of the Sea, The Paris Apartment, The Last Love Note, Alex Approximately, Magnolia Parks and the rest of that series, Love Hypothesis and the rest of that series, Love Lists and Fancy Ships, Serpent and the Wings of Night, The Way I Used to Be, Tell Me What Really Happened, The Wishing Game, The Gracier, Stalking Jack the Ripper and the rest of that series, All the Bright Places, and finally we have Book Lovers. So in this video I am gonna choose 6 prompts. And I know that's a lot, and I probably am not gonna read 6 books in this month, but I have been reading pretty fast lately and have been loving audiobooks. So it's gonna be a stretch. I might not read all of these books in this month, we'll see, but let's just get started. Also, I'm just trying the new bubbler flavor. It's the watermelon lime smasher, and it's really, really good. Also wondering, do you have bubblers where you live? Because I know it's like a Midwest thing and it's just starting to spread around the country. So do you have bubblers where you live? I'm curious. And if so, which one's your favorite? comment down below. Okay, let's open this jar. I'm gonna shake it up just a little bit. All right, let's pick our first prompt. A book with a yellow cover. I can't think of one right off the top of my head. Ooh, okay. I see a few in here. So I do have a lot of books with yellow on them, but the two books that were primarily yellow are The Love Wager by Lynn Painter, and then we also have Deadly Little Scandals, and this is the second book in the Debutante series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And if you watched my last YouTube video, I read the first one in that 24-hour challenge. So I'm on this book, and I actually already have it from the library. So I think because of that, I am going to go with Deadly Little Scandals, just so I can finish that series. And I already have it from the library. So Deadly Little Scandals is our first book. Gonna throw the Love Wager back in here. I'm gonna shake it up. The next prompt. A book you think might be scary. Okay, I am not in a thriller mood, but I do have an idea of some books that I think might be scary. I do have a lot of thrillers in this little jar, and I already said I'm not in the mood for a thriller, and I'm definitely not in the mood for a scary book, but we have to stay true to this challenge, and so I picked out some of the ones that I think would be the most scary. We have Not a Happy Family. We have The Paris Apartment. We have Then She Was Gone. And then we also have A Flicker in the Dark. And I'm not sure which one I'm gonna go with. I have the feeling that Paris Apartment is gonna be the least scary, so I'm gonna throw her back in. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be scared of all three of these. So I feel like I just have to choose one. I'm gonna go with Not a Happy Family. This one has been on my TBR for a really long time, and I think I just have to read it. So Not a Happy Family it is. And these two guys will be thrown back in the jar. All right, time to pick our next prompt. The third prompt is a book with a red cover. All right, let's see what we can find. So just like the one for a yellow cover, I don't have a lot of just red covers. I feel like I have a lot of blues and pinks and whites, but there are two that I found that have primarily red covers. We have Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. Got another Lynn Painter one in the mix here. And then we also have Flawless by Elsie Silver, and this is the first book in the Chestnut Spring series, and it is like a country vibes, summer, small town book series is what I've heard, and so these are my two options, but since it's not summer, I don't really want to go with a summer book, so we are going to go with Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. So we will add her to the pile. Flawless will go back in the jar. Okay, we are halfway through, so let's give this jar a little mix. Okay, the next prompt is a friend's 5-star read. I'm gonna text Chloe. She is a book girly. I'm gonna put her book TikTok right here. It is What Chloe's Reading, and she hasn't been reading that much this year because it's her senior year of college and she's really busy, but she does have a lot of fantasy books that she reads, and I'm really curious to see if any of my books on my little jars she has given 5 stars that she would recommend. So I'm gonna ask her and I will let you know her response. I just got off FaceTime with my friend Chloe and I showed her all of the books that I know she's read or books that I think that she would give 5 stars to, and there were 3 of them that she was like, oh yes, 5 stars. And one of them was Shatter Me, the first one in the Shatter Me series. We've got The Assassin's Blade, and this is the prequel to the Throne of Glass series. And I know there's different ways of reading it in the order, because this is the prequel, but it came out later, and it's like 5 novellas, which are like little short stories. So, and those all go before Throne of Glass, and she said that Throne of Glass, the official like first one that came out in the series, is the most boring of all of them. She said she hasn't read them in both orders, but she read them in like order that they came out. And so she said that she really did like Assassin's Blade. So there's also this one here. And then the last one that she said was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. And this is kind of a newer release. And she said that she absolutely loved this one. And so of these three, her pick was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. She said that she thinks I would really like this one. And she said it is a little bit cringy at some points, but my cringe tolerance is pretty high. And so yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I have been wanting to read it for a long time, so I will definitely go ahead and reserve this from the library. All right, let's pick our next prompt. And it is a book with the word love in the title. So right off the bat, I saw Twisted Love by Anna Hong, and this is the first book in the Twisted series, and I've heard the series is so good, so this could definitely be a contender. We also have The Last Love Note by Emma Gray, and this seems like a really summery, fun book, so that could also be one, even though it's not summer yet, and I kind of want to save those for summer, but we'll see. I thought I would only have a few, but I have a crap ton. We have A Season for Love by Allie Sinclair. We also, again, have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. We have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I feel like I'm just gonna throw this one out because it's not exactly love, it's lovers. And I have so many with just the word straight up love in it, so Book Lovers is gonna go back in. We have The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood. This is one that I've been wanting to read for a while. And then we also have Love Lists and Fancy Ships. This is like, I believe, like a cruise summer vibes. So since we already have Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter, I'm not gonna read another Lynn Painter book in this month. So I'm gonna put The Love Wager back in the jar. Since it's not summer yet, it's early spring, and I'm not on a vacation or going to the beach anytime soon, I'm gonna put these summer books back in the jar so I can have a chance to read them when summer actually does come. And that is The Last Love Note and Love Lists and Fancy Ships. So these two are going back in the jar. And so that leaves me with these three left. We've got Twisted Love, A Season for Love, and The Love Hypothesis. Ooh, I don't know, because like in like the British time, in like the British era of like the season, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm editing this video and I'm realizing what an awful job I did at describing the season and what I was trying to say in there. Basically, I'm referring to in the 1800s in London when they would have like high society balls, and it started from spring and it would go through summer, and it was like the elite families would throw balls and stuff for their like children who were now old enough to court and get married, so they're trying to like marry off their kids, and then it was like a lot of drama and stuff. And if you've watched Bridgerton, that's kind of like what it centers around, is like the season. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. That takes place in the springtime, but I also really want to start the Twisted series. I don't know, you guys. We're gonna put The Love Hypothesis out, so she is gonna go back in the jar. And let's see, I'm gonna go with A Season for Love. I feel like this is a very springtime book, and we can always start the Twisted series another time, but yes, A Season for Love it is. Okay, this is our last book prompt for the month of April. Let's see. We've got a book with a pink cover. Oh my gosh. This is really exciting. I have a lot of pink books, and pink is my favorite color, if you can't tell. I love pink. Okay, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, so right off the bat, I see The Infinity Between Us, and this is a very summery book. We've got Kisses and Croissants, and I think this takes place in Paris or Italy, and it's a YA, like summery vibes European summer book. We also have The Grace Year, which is a YA book. I believe it's a dystopian world, something like that. We also have The Summer of Broken Rules. I've heard a lot about this one, and it's definitely on my summer TBR. I also have Happy Place, and then we also have Bad Cruise, and it takes place in a cruise setting. So we've got that one. We've also got Night Shift. It's like a college romance book. So to give a little rundown of all of the pink books, we've got a lot to choose from. We've got Happy Place by Emily Henry, and this is a very summery book. And so I'm gonna save this for summer, so she's going back in the jar. We also have Bad Cruise, which is like a vacation, summery vibes book, going back in the jar. The Summer of Broken Rules, Kisses and Croissants, and The Infinity Between Us. These are also, oh my gosh, they're falling all over the place. These three are also very summery books, so I'm gonna put all of these back in the jar as well. So that leaves us with 2 books. We've got The Night Shift, it's like a college romance, and we've got The Grace Year, it's a dystopian YA book. I think I'm gonna go with The Grace Year because it's something a little different, and I've been hearing a lot of good things about this one. So we're gonna read The Grace Year and throw The Night Shift back in the jar. Okay, so let's just do a quick little run through of all of the books that I have picked out in this challenge. Deadly Little Scandals, the second one in the debutante series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Is Not a Happy Family. Kind of scared of that one. I've been avoiding it for a little bit for a reason. The Grace Year. And then we also have Ask a Friend for a 5-star read. And you guys know we picked Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. Hey, it's me editing, and I realized after filming the entire video and now editing it that Mr. Wrong Number actually has a dark pink cover. It's like a fuchsia color, and I didn't realize that, and for some reason the printer printed it more red, and so we're just gonna go with it. It's red for this video, and sorry about that. A Season for Love, and this one is by Allie Sinclair. These are all the books that we have this month. We've got 2 mystery thrillers right here. We've got 3 romance books right here, and then we've got 1 dystopian kind of vibes book. So that is the end of this video, and like I said before, I probably won't read all of these this month, but I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let me know if you have any prompt ideas that you think would be great to go in my jar, or any book recommendations that you think I should read, and 5-star books, all things like that. And of course, follow me on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you would like to see an April wrap-up, which is showing you all the books that I read in April. But yeah, that is all for today's video, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Bye. You say goodbye.